What's good, y'all? Ayezo back with another video. Hope y'all doing well out there. Hope y'all enjoying y'all day. Hope y'all staying safe. I see where I'm at. Water, nature vibes. You already know the vibes. If you've been on my channel for a minute, you already know the vibes, man. I'm out here getting my mind right as usual. But today, this video, how to stop smoking weed. I got 3 tips for y'all. A lot of people reached out to me after my video, why I stopped smoking weed and how my life changed. They wanted my advice. How did I go through with it? How did I stick with it? Because we all know a lot of people say they're gonna stop smoking, never get around to it, and they for sure never stick with it. So I'm gonna just let y'all know my mindset. And I got 3 tips for y'all how to stop smoking weed. It helped me out a lot in my life, on my journey. So let's get into it, man. First tip I got for you, how to stop smoking weed to help me out. I planned ahead. You feel me? When I was still smoking weed, I had a plan. Once I stopped smoking weed, what I was gonna do in my spare time. Because if you smoking weed like I was, you feel me, every day, when you stop smoking, you're gonna have a lot of spare time. You're gonna have a void. It's gonna be a lot of free time. So what you gonna do in that spare time? What you gonna do in that free time? You feel me? Me personally, I decided to invest in myself, add value to myself, and start pursuing these goals that I've been putting on for years and years. It was time to start pursuing these goals, man. Started my YouTube channel the same week I put down the weed. Like I said in my other video, started my channel the same week. I started pursuing my goals. I started investing in myself. I started adding more value to myself, you feel me? Trying to become the best version of myself. So that's my first tip for you, is to plan ahead though, because you're gonna have a lot of spare time. And if you don't have a plan of what you're gonna do in that spare time, it's a good chance you're gonna relapse and fall back into your cycle. So plan ahead, have an idea of what you're gonna do in all that spare time, all right? That's the first tip for y'all, man. Second tip, how to stop smoking weed to help me out a lot in my life. Your end goal and your why. Why are you putting down the weed? Why are you putting down the weed? Let me know down below why you putting down the weed. My personal decisions that I had for putting down the weed, it was three main reasons. It was a lot, but the main 3 was I wanted more money, I wanted my first apartment, and I wanted to find my purpose, you feel me? So those are 3 reasons why I stopped. I did not want weed to be my purpose in my life anymore. I didn't want to wake up in the morning, first thing on my mind is weed. I didn't want to get off of work, first thing on my mind is weed. So I ain't decided to, but I found my purpose. I found something that lights me up inside, found something that excites me, you feel me? So when I get up in the morning, I'm not thinking about weed. So your reason why could be different than mine, of course, but just make sure it's a powerful reason why. Make sure it's not because somebody in your ear telling you to stop smoking weed, like your mother, your father, your brother, sister, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Make sure you're doing it for you, because if you're doing it for somebody else, it's a good chance you're not gonna stick with it. You feel me? Me, I told y'all my reasons, but it was all for me. You feel me? I wasn't doing it for nobody else. There was nobody in my ear holding my hand through it. Like, don't pick up that weed, don't pick up that J, you better not roll up. It was nothing like that, you feel me? It was nothing like that. I was completely focused on my end goal and my why, you feel me? My why, like I said, more money, first apartment, and to find my purpose in life. I wanted to find my passion, you feel me? So that's my advice for you for the second tip, man. Focus on your end goal and your why. What is your why? Make sure it's a powerful reason why. And focus on it constantly, you feel me? Write it down if you got to. Put it in your car, put it on your refrigerator, put it on your mirror, whatever you gotta do to focus on that end goal constantly. Do that. That's what I did. And that drove me the whole 10, 11 months, you feel me? At this point, it's 11 months. So make sure you got a powerful reason why. Make sure you're not doing it for nobody else. Have a real reason why you putting down the weed, man. So that's the second tip, man. Make sure you focus on that reason why. Have it in your face every single day if you got to. It's gonna help you out a lot, man. Help me out a lot. So that's the second tip for you, man. First tip was make sure you plan ahead. Make sure you use that time that you have in your hands to pursue your goals. Find something you're passionate about. Find something that lights you up inside, or whatever the case, man. So use that time productively, man. So that's the first one. Number 2, like I said, your reason why and your end goal. Make sure you got that in your face every day and you're real clear on that reason why. Your reason why is going to help you out a lot, man. Hopefully it's a powerful reason like mine were, man. Mine were just driving me. I just knew what I had to do. I knew what I had to do and I did it. So number 3, third tip I got for you, how to stop smoking weed. you gotta change the story. You gotta change the story that you're telling yourself. Right now, your story is probably something along the lines of, I love weed, I'm addicted to weed, life is so good with weed, I can't live without weed, weed is the best thing in the world, I can't see my life without weed. That's just probably some thoughts that go through your mind. But you gotta change that story. You gotta start looking at life without weed in a positive light as well. You feel me? Me, I started to change my story because you are the star of this movie. Your life, you are the star of this movie. You can change the script. Ain't nobody writing the script but you. Ain't nobody writing the script but you. But I had to start feeding my mind, a positive light about life without weed. I was actually excited to see what life was like without weed. You feel me? That's the story I was feeding myself. That's what was driving me a lot too, because I was smoking weed ever since I graduated high school. So I already knew where smoking weed was getting me. I already knew where it was getting me. I didn't need to go another 7, 8, 9, 10 years to see if anything was going to change. You feel me? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So I knew I had to make an adjustment. I knew I had to change something, or I was going to be in the same position 7 years from now. You feel me? If you want to make that change, it's up to you. Ain't nobody else going to change your life for you. Ain't nobody else here to walk you through it. There was nobody in my ear walking me through it. I made that decision that I wanted to change my life. I wanted a better life. Sun beaming right now, man. I'm going to have to look in the shade, man. Y'all going to have to look at me in the shade, man. I made a decision. There was nobody in my ear walking me through it, man. I did it all for me because I wanted something different. Only you can make that difference, man. So you got to start changing your story that you're feeding yourself. Don't be telling yourself, I can't do this. I'll never live without weed. Or weed is the best thing in the world. I can't see my life without weed. You got to change that story. You got to start feeding yourself. Start looking at where you want to be instead of where you are right now. Start focusing on where you want to be instead of where you are right now, man. That helped me out a lot, man. I knew that I didn't want to be in the same position I was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. So I started making adjustments. I knew something had to change or I was going to be in the same position. So that's the third tip for you, man. Change the story that you're telling yourself. Look at life without weed in a positive light, man. I know when I was smoking weed, everybody that smoked weed was telling me, and I was thinking it as well, life without weed gonna be boring. Life without weed gonna be boring. Turns out life without weed is not boring. Life still goes on. Life is good. Life is good regardless. You feel me? Life is good. You feel me? So that's the third tip for y'all, man. Change the story that you're telling yourself, because your thoughts, beliefs, and habits are creating your reality. So if you want to change your life, you gotta change your thoughts, your mindset, your beliefs, and your habits. It ain't as hard as it seems, but take it one step at a time, though. Take it one step at a time. You'll get through it, man. So that's 3 tips for y'all. How I stopped smoking weed. First tip was make sure you plan ahead. Make sure you have an idea. Make sure you got an idea of what you're going to do in all that spare time that you're going to have in your hands. Me, personally, well, my advice for you, start pursuing your goals that you've been putting off for years. Use that time to invest in yourself. Use that time to add value to yourself. Sheesh. Started sweating out nowhere, man. Use that time to invest in yourself. And yeah, that's the first one. Make sure you plan ahead because you're going to have a lot of spare time, man. So second tip for y'all was your end goal and your why. Make sure you got a powerful reason why, and that's going to help you out a lot. Help me out a lot. Me wanting to find out what my purpose is, get my first apartment and have more money in my pocket drove me a lot. It drove me a lot, man. And to be honest with y'all, man, to be completely honest with y'all, it was easy for me to put down the weed at the last point. 11 months ago, whatever. It was easy for me because I was so tired of doing the same thing over and over again. And I just didn't want to live in the same situation anymore. I wanted something different. So like I said, I was excited to see what life was like without weed, man. So that just drove me through the whole thing, man. So the third tip, like I said, change the story that you're telling yourself. Change the story that you're telling yourself. Life can be good without weed. Start looking at weed as maybe it's holding me back. Maybe I can be better off without weed, and I can do this. And also on top of that, somebody mentioned this to me. They said they want to stop smoking weed. This is somebody in person. They was telling me they want to stop smoking weed. And they was like, what if all my friends looking at me and they start to hate on me and all that stuff? I'm like, bruh, if they not clapping for you or rooting for you to change your life in a better way, those people ain't for you. Simple as that. People around me a few people still be like, bro, hit the J with me or something like that. But that don't faze me at all. You feel me? That don't faze me at all. This is my life. This is my life. And you living your life. You're the star of the movie, man. You're the star of the movie. Can't nobody write the script for you. You choose your decisions, and you're gonna choose how your life turns out. I can go around somebody right now that's smoking a J and I won't even be affected, you feel me? Because it's all my life. I understand it's my decision. I'm living this life for me. I'm not living for nobody else. I'm not living this life for nobody else, man. So hopefully y'all got something from this video, man. 3 tips for y'all how to stop smoking weed and my experience on my journey. So like this video if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new to my channel. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter as well. And enjoy y'all day. Stay blessed. I'm going to see y'all in the next one, man. Peace.